following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, what is a new bar cultural norm that's pissing off bartenders? And has Arby's gone too far with their new ad? And also, an American Idol producer has been murdered. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on the viral news stories and videos and things that you might have missed over the last couple days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about. Make sure you're getting along with people. Now, you people out there, this is what's going on in the news right now, and just in case you missed it, you people out there, you have fought for, if you're working at a fast food joint, if you're working at, hold on, dear, I'll get you. If you're working at a fast food joint, you've been trying to fight for, what is it, a livable wage? Is it $20 an hour? What do you want, $50 an hour? You know, what do you think you deserve to barely hand a hamburger out and barely get people's orders right? $16 an hour? Well, this young lady right here, she's making headlines right now because she was asked to go home. And not that she was asked to go home. She was asked to go home twice during her shift. She wasn't doing her job for the most part. And then, hold on. I know I'm getting everything set up. I'm a little behind here. So what happened was this young lady, her name is, what was her name? Afina Muhammad. Was working at a local McDonald's in Detroit up on 9 Mile. That's 1 mile from 8. And she was sent home. The manager, who I assume was her friend, you know, every manager wants to be your friend, especially in that kind of environment, says, no, dear, you got to go home. You're not doing your job. You're not doing it right. You're causing a commotion. Whatever the problem was, they didn't get into the details. Told her to go home. And then she said, you know what? I'll come back tomorrow the next day and see if I can make up my hours. So she comes back into the work the next day. Manager says, no, you can't come in. You have to go home. She's like, I'll be right back. And then this is where our story unfolds. Now, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. You can check us out. Just search Deacon Live Podcast, Deacon Live, all one word, over on the YouTube channel. And for every podcast we do, you can see these in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4. And here she is. There she is doing the perp walk. Let's find out what happened to Afina Muhammad. Play.
Afeni Muhammad in court Friday afternoon, charged with first-degree murder. At this point, police say Muhammad fatally stabbed her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, inside the McDonald's where they both worked on 9 Mile Thursday morning.
Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, I'll be back. 2 days before the stabbing, Muhammad posted a video on her Instagram, which is public. This is a small portion of that video.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that.
Due to the suspect having a record in Virginia for a similar crime involving another knife, the judge set her bond at $25 million cash or surety.
Investigators say the suspect stabbed Harris several times inside the drive-thru portion of the fast food restaurant. A customer, a CPL holder, was in his car and witnessed the crime. Authorities say he shot his gun in the air, attempting to stop the violence.
So here's this guy. Let's go back to me now. So here's this guy waiting for his order. How much longer? What the fuck's going on in there? Hey, stop stabbing her. Stop stabbing her. And he had a concealed permit to carry. So he pulled his gun out and I guess fired it in the air, you know, like break it up. Now, did they arrest that guy? Because, I mean, discharging your firearm in a facility like that, there's got to be some kind of, you know, I mean, you know the laws. That bullet's got to come down somewhere. You always hear the story of that. I don't know what happened to that guy. But let me go back to another video of Afina and on one of her TikTok things. Afina Muhammad, she's in this video right here, and she's brandishing a knife in a TikTok video. Now, this is an old TikTok video, but watch how insane. This person is not stable. This person is not in the right state of mind. She comes from a place. You can tell she's from an island. She's not American made. Let's put it that way. She's not American made. She is from an island where stabbings and knives are the choice of weapons. So here she is right here. in her video. Here she is. She's got a knife, holding it right to the camera. She's kissing it.
Nah, this stays at home, though. I'm not going to bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
Yeah, that's not going to look good. She's like, that's not going to look good. And her nickname or whatever she calls herself is Rising Phoenix. She's got like these rose-colored glasses on, looking at the world through them. And she's got like this Fifth Element orange hair. Now, here's another thing. You want to talk about a breakdown. This person is in serious need of help. This is another video that Miss Muhammad posted. It's a black and white video. And she's saying, I'm going to play some quiet music. I'm going to play some of my music to calm me down. Listen to her voice and tell me if this person is someone you want to work with in a McDonald's. So here we go. I'm going to switch back to camera 4. We can see this and we can all be friends. So here she is.
So I don't have to listen to you doing this and you're interrupting my music call on my phone.
She said, you're interrupting my music by calling my phone. Why are you doing this? Can I just listen to my music?
Please leave me alone.
You told me you never ignore me.
Stop fucking with me!
She's sitting in a chair in a room. She's talking to someone through a door. Jesus. Okay. Okay, I said, don't. Thank you. Thank you. So, Jesus Christ. She's got some issues. She's got some issues. So that's out there. That's going to be taking up your news feed there for a little bit as far as this woman who stabbed a manager, 39 years old, mother of 3, was just trying to take care of her kids, and she worked her way up in management through McDonald's and this crazy, I'm going to say crazy because normal people don't do that. At least not in my town, at least not in my McDonald's. All right, guys, when we come back, there is another death of a American Idol producer, and this story has some weird turns and twists. So I'll dive into what happened there when we come back. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Well, we'd love to hear from you, and you can be right here alongside of us here in the... Hold on, Jesus Christ. I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
After a breakdown at her home, after a break-in, rather, at her
Stop.
home.
Fuck's sake. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Well, we'd love to hear from you. You can be part of the show. You can join the podcast. The way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of all the different podcasts that come out of this studio. Your voice can be heard right alongside of me right here in the studio. You can be anonymous if you want. You can ask us anything you want. We've been doing the show for about 11 years now, so if you've got a question about anything that's been going on in the last 11 years, feel free. Your voice will come right over here. You can be anonymous. It wants your email address. It's not email grab or anything. It's just their way of saying whether you're a robot or not. So go over to prophetradio.com and be heard. Now, it's hot out there. Jesus Christ. I just got back from Florida. I spent a couple days down in Florida. I've got my wife and I have a rental property down there, and we're getting ready to sell it. So went down there and cleaned the hedges up and trimmed and did all that stuff. Get the land, the outside land, ready to be sold. And but the inside of the house looked immaculate. I had to do a little touch-up painting here and there. But one of the things that I have, if you're watching me here on the video, I've got this sippy cup right back here. It's a Simple Human, I think it's what it's called, S&M, Simple something, I don't know there it is. That's my little sippy cup that I have here, and you can see it's all banged and tattered and stuff like that, but I carried that with me. Before noon, I think I drank 4 or 5 of those. It was so hot in Florida. But Walmart has a cup out right now that is made by Ozark, and they're recalling 850,000 of these water cooler sippy cup containers. The product is designed to help people stay hydrated, has turned into a safety risk. Walmart recently announced that Ozark water bottles recalls after reports of revealing serious injuries. 2 users suffered permanent vision loss when the bottle's fluids launched into their faces. Jesus Christ, permanent vision loss? The third person sustained serious facial injuries. Walmart sold about 850,000 of these stainless steel bottles in stores and online since 2017. Customers are trusted the product for its durability, the Ozark brand, and insulation. But the hidden flaw creates a dangerous situation. When the users fill up the bottle with milk, juice, or carbonated drinks, pressure builds up inside. Upon opening, the pressure release of the lid launches the lid with great force, turning it into a projectile. The water bottle highlights how common household products can cause unexpected harm when manufacturers fail to anticipate real-world usage. What you need to know, this is what you have. If you have one right now, the affected items are Ozark Trail 64-ounce stainless steel vacuum-insulated water bottles, which features a silver body, black screw-top lid, and the Ozark Trail logo engraved on the side. The bottle measures about 4.5 inches tall and 11 inches, 4.4 inches wide and about 11.5 inches tall, and carries the model number 83462. So for more on this, let's see what they have to say about this on USA Today. So here we go. And of course I get a little ad, but that's okay. Switch over to camera 4 so you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So here you go.
850,000 water bottles after two people suffered permanent vision loss trying to open them. Customers reported being hit in the face with the lid when opening the Ozark Trail brand stainless steel bottles. The 64-ounce containers are silver with a black lid with model number 83-662. If you own one, you can bring it to Walmart for a full refund.
Now, he just said
Thanks for watching. And don't forget...
Now, shut the fuck up. He said 662. It's 642, dipshit. I've got the article right here in front of me. You should read a little bit better. Better than me at sometimes. The problem starts, let's see. Reports of injuries and manufacturer's response. 3 serious injuries triggered this urgent Walmart bottle recall. 2 victims lost their eye. 2 victims lost vision in one eye after the lid struck them directly. Another person suffered facial trauma during the similar incident. In all cases, the users opened the bottle under normal conditions. Walmart acted quickly. Once these reports surfaced, the company pulled the bottles from its stores and issued public warnings. Meanwhile, the CPSC confirmed that the product posed an impact and laceration risk, especially when used with certain beverages. So what to do if you own one? If you purchase one of these bottles, take it back right away. Fill it up first. Let the cashier open it up. Stop using the bottle altogether, especially if you stored anything inside the water bottle. Do not attempt to open it if you suspect pressure has built up. So there you go. You got one of those Ozark water bottles. Be careful out there. Now, I say be careful out there. This right here, this is a weird story unfolding right now, right before our eyes. Just happened today. About 6 hours ago. An American Idol music supervisor and husband both found dead in California home, LAPD says. In Los Angeles, longtime American Idol music supervisor Robin Kay and her musician husband, Tom DeLuca, were both found dead in their Southern California home. Around 2:30 on July 14th, which was 2 days ago, officers conducted a welfare, I can't say it, a welfare check at the home in Encino, California, following a report from a person who had not heard from the residents in several days. Officers later entered the residence and discovered two bodies, later identified as K, 70, and DeLuca, 70. Now, hold on a second. Is this her? Let me switch to camera 4. If she's 70 and that's her, she's drinking the blood of something. She might look mid-50s, if not early 60s. Maybe. California people. All right, let's go back to me now. I'm going to kill him. Officers were called days earlier on July 10th for a possible burglary suspect at the residence, but signs of forced entries or trouble were not found. Investigators now believe that the suspect gained entry into the residence that day through an unlocked door, and the couple returned home while the suspect was still there. The confrontation ensued, in which the suspect taking their lives. The victims succumbed to multiple gunshot wounds, and the suspect fled the residence on foot. The suspect has been identified as Raymond Baudarin, 22, of Encino, was arrested in connection with the case. Investigators are determining whether Baudarin has any connection to the couple, and if Baudarin was involved in past service calls here in the Encino home. Investigation is ongoing, and the police say USA Today has reached out to Los Angeles County Public Defender's Office, who's previously represented Baudarin, for comment. So I guess what happened was they broke into the house, and both of them are found shot in the head. So I don't know if it's like execution style, and both of them are found in different rooms. So here, more on this, we'll listen to Gail. So here we go.
The suspect in the murder of a top executive at American Idol. Police say this happened after a breakdown at her home, after a break-in at her home several days ago. Robin Kay was her name, the music supervisor for that long-running franchise. She and her husband were found shot to death on Monday.
The Los Angeles Police Department says officers arrived at this Encino home around 2:30 Monday afternoon after receiving a call from a friend who hadn't heard from the residents in several days. Outside, they found blood on the porch. Inside, a chilling scene. Longtime American Idol music supervisor Robin Kay and her husband, Thomas DeLuca, shot dead.
There's no way that those two people are 70 years old. I'm sorry. They look good.
My renter saw somebody hopping the fence, but that was back on Thursday. She called 911, but we didn't hear anything since then.
The LAPD says officers first received a call about a suspected burglary at the house last Thursday while the couple was away. Officers responded, even did a flyover, but they say they found no evidence of forced entry or trouble and were unable to enter the property. Police now say surveillance video shows the suspect, 22-year-old Raymond Baudarin, entered.
Sorry, I had that wrong. I say Baudarin. It's Baudarin. Got it.
Entered the home that day through an unlocked door after scaling the exterior fence. They say he was there approximately half an hour before the couple returned. That's when police say a violent struggle ensued, and Kay and DeLuca were shot multiple times. Baudarin was arrested yesterday without incident.
Right now, it is an apparent random attack.
Kay was a TV music production veteran.
My heart sank.
Okay, yeah, everything's sad. I'm sorry, everything's sad. Here's a question that I have for you. I'm going to throw it at you. So, in today's age, you know, at one time, your parents, if not your parents, your grandparents, depending on how old you are, used to keep money in the house. Used to keep, you know, fine jewelry in the house. Do we still do that? Do we keep physical cash? Now, I know there's weapons and stuff, but, you know, as America has evolved, a lot of us have understood that, you know, how dangerous guns can be. And so I want to say 85, if not 90% of us do lock up our weapons. As a man sits here, as a man sitting here in front of you saying, I don't lock mine up, but we're here in the South. You can't kill them if it's locked up, right? But breaking in a house just seems so 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, maybe 1970s and 80s. It doesn't seem like a crime of modern day society. Now, what are you looking for when you're breaking into a house? Are you looking for money? Are you looking for drugs? Are you looking for, you know, TVs? Most of the TVs that are in people's houses now are so fucking big, it takes 5 people to move them. Are you looking for that type of stuff? So there had to be something that called people out, or called this person out, Mr. Baudarin, to the person's house, and he must have seen something in that house. You know, he might have been a service guy at one time for them, and went into the house and robbed them. Because random houses aren't what they used to be, in my opinion. Now, I might live in a different society than you do. I might live in a different community than you do. Well, I'm sure I do, because if you all lived in my community, we'd be right next door to each other. So I'd like to hear what your opinion is on that. As far as, you know, home break-ins, are they more personal because the person's already been in the house, or are they more random? What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? And the way you get those in is go to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says Be Heard. Your voice can be heard right alongside of us here in the studio. When we come back, there is a contestant in a contest all in the same sentence that won, and the company refused to pay him because of this one little thing that they didn't do. So I'll tell you what it is when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. Yes, we are back on Facebook. And the reason why you're going to go over there to Facebook is because all the stories and stuff, if you're not watching this on the YouTube video, shame on you, by the way. But if you're not, that's fine. I understand. But if you're on Facebook, a lot of these articles that we talk about during the show, we will post on our Facebook page. That way you can see them and you can read them yourself. You can figure out your own opinion about what happened, and you can respond and comment on those things right there, and I usually comment alongside of you. So make sure you follow us over on Facebook. That's Deacon Live, all one word, over on Facebook, and you'll see our little logo there. I still don't know what to call the little guy that we got on there, our TV head. I'm going to come up with something here, but if you have a name for our little TV head mascot guy, feel free to put those in there as well. Now, when I was down in Florida, I spent about 5-6 days down there. And I don't know if you guys know this or not. If not, I'm going to tell you. You're going to know it here by the end of the sentence. We broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that time changes all the time. It all depends on what I got going on that morning and when I can get to the studio. And when we sit on about 22 some odd acres, and there's nothing around us. There's literally nothing around us. We got a little Mexican restaurant down the road from us. I say down the road, 8 miles down the road from us. We've got a Wendy's. It's 10 miles down the road from us. So we're out in the middle of nowhere. So when I went down to Orlando, actually the Deltona area, if you've ever seen that, it's just on the outskirts of Daytona Beach. I was doing the work down to the house, and it was so nice to be able to drive less than a half a mile to like Publix or a grocery store. And it was so nice to get an Uber to go to a bar and sit down and see other people in the universe, in our neighborhood, out in the space, in the real world. And I went to Chili's, and now down in Florida, Chili's is famous for the 2-for-1s and free chips and salsa. So I went down there after working all day in the yard and stuff and painting and trimming and stuff, took a shower. I said, well, I'll go down to the local watering hole, which was Chili's, and I'll get some 2-for-1 beers and some chips and salsa. Sat down at the bar, placed my order, and they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, what? You guys are famous in Florida for happy hour and 2-for-1s and all that. No, we stopped that about back in April. I said, well, God damn it. And I think it's because of the whole COVID thing. They're trying to maybe make up some money and stuff. So that's a whole new scene down there for Chili's as far as not being 2-for-1s anymore. Now, this is another thing that's happening in bars right now. The bar culture in the United States has always been a little casual when it comes to open tabs. Order a drink, hand over your card, and maybe you'll remember to close it before stumbling out of the bar. A lot of times they'll give it back to you, by the way. I did go to one bar, and they held on to it. They put it in like a little, like where you put business cards in. They put it in that, and I was like going, I kind of want that, please. But a lot of times they'll swipe it and they'll give it back to you. But according to one bartender, that's starting to become a serious problem now with people not closing their tabs out, especially when people purposely disabled their cards before the charge goes through. Bartenders explain why you should always close out your tab. In a recent TikTok video, bartender Alyssa Dunn, who goes by Hell Queen Cocktails, responded to a video by another person who claimed he never closes out his tab. They're just going to charge you a 20% tip. The other guy says on this video, which is true. I think there's a sign that says if you do not close out your tab at the end of the night, 20% automatically gets added to your bill. And if I was a bartender, this is how crooked I would be. If I was a bartender, I would throw a couple more drinks on there too. Oh, you don't remember that last round of Jägermeister double bomb shots that you bought for everyone? Pad your bill, get a little bit more money out of it, right? Who's going to say what's what? They commented. The comment didn't sit right with Dunn, who is the guy who explains this, who said that the statement, Dunn is the bartender. The statement is true for this in her Scottsdale bar, may not be the case everywhere else. So let's see what she has to say. Is there a video here somewhere? All right, here he is. This is going to be great. So we're going to go to Hell Queen Cocktails and look at her TikTok video. So don't forget, for every podcast we have matching video over on YouTube. You can see the full podcast in its entirety over on our video podcast over on YouTube. So here we go.
Because why? They're just going to charge you a 20% tip, which is what I was going to do anyways. And honestly, I might even give you a bigger tip than the 20% if I actually closed out.
My bar adds on a automatic 20% gratuity if you walk out on your tab.
So what they're saying is, people are on their app, can close it, they can stop their card from being used and then come back the next day and hit the app and start the card back up. So here we go.
That is not the norm. It is usually somewhere about 15 to 18%. And as this gentleman said, I think he was kind of telling on himself, if you walk out on your tab and instead of closing, you're more likely going to probably tip better than if you just walk out on your tab and tip a 20% gratuity. And I totally understand why people would want to do this, especially if they know that that's the bar's policy, that they're going to tip 20%. And they were like, well, I was going to tip 20% easy. Anyway, it's a pain in the butt to go to the bar right now. It's really busy. Just to close out, like whatever, the bartenders can do it at the end. Let me tell you the problem. Because normally I would agree with you.
Tell me, girl.
Until recently, I would have 100% be like, yeah, absolutely. You can't get to the bar. Go. It's easier for me to do it afterwards. I'd rather be making drinks, making more money than closing you out. Trust me. This is the problem that has recently been happening at my bar.
Here you go.
People have figured out that we just auto-grad it. And then I don't know if they are doing this on purpose.
Yes.
But a lot of times now, at the end of the shift, we go to charge that card. Card doesn't fucking work. Card gets declined. Or it only will charge for like a certain amount. And when that happens, not only does the restaurant have to eat those costs of your tab, it's basically like you just walked out on your tab, might as well not have a card anyway. We don't get any tips off of anything. So what is going to happen now if this continues to be a problem? Because I can't catch everyone who walks out, is we're going to have to start taking cards. Like the physical, we're going to have to hold on to your physical cards.
There you go.
And I don't want to do that. I hate having to hold on to physical cards. It's...
Tell me about it.
What the solution is, because I would think the same thing. I'd be like, yeah, I'll just bounce. And they're going to tip 20% anyway. But... there's people just ruining it.
She's getting herself all worked up over it. So that's what I was saying. I went to one bar, the little dive bar, when I was down there in Florida, and they took my card and they set it behind the counter. I don't know if they had the technology to do the pre-grad or whatever that she said on it, but they took my card and I couldn't leave until. What's your name again? I tell them my name, and they're like going, no. Trevor? No, not Trevor. They go through the cards. And I'm like, oh, God, how many cards they got sitting behind the counter. But, yeah, I don't know what the answer is to that, but it makes sense. You think you're cheating the system. You got a little app on your phone that says, turn card off. Come on, let's go. We're going to dine and dash. You turn the card off. And then the next morning, you don't get the charge for whatever bar tab, that $300 bar tab you have. Why wouldn't it sit? Here's something I don't know in the background. Why wouldn't it sit on hold until that card came back on? And then once the card came back on, it shot that through. I guess if someone stole your card, they could do the same thing and put a big screen TV on it as well. Now, this woman right here, let's see. I guess many years ago, I didn't know this, but, I don't know everything. I try to. But this woman right here, I guess Starburst had some kind of campaign or something. If you found a golden Starburst or something, I don't know. So over the years, companies have offered special promotions to engage customers in finding a special item, code, or puzzle in exchange for prizes. Typically, the lucky winner can win a grand prize, which is usually money. After one woman attempted to redeem a $10,000 golden specialty Starburst grand prize, she was heartbroken to learn she was unable to claim it. So let's find out her story and why it happened. In a clip that has had over 17.2 million views, a Kentucky-based TikToker creator, Kia, who goes by, you got to fix these names, girl. Yeah, that's Kia. Jesus Christ. Somebody mark that and send it to me. films her mother holding the Starburst original bar in a plastic bag from a 2010, 15 years ago, Hunt for a Gold promotion. I saved these through the years because I actually won, her mother says. As Kia zooms into the wrapper, find the gold Starburst, you could win $10,000 stamped in blue ink. When her mother attempted to claim the prize, the deadline has already passed, but when she tried to submit, it was too late. I cried for days, she says, her voice cracking as she fights back the tears. Then she removes the plastic and peels open the package to reveal Golden Starburst. I said, I'm never getting rid of this pack of Starburst because I am a winner, she adds, her voice shaking desperately. Despite the disenchanting atmosphere, Kia's niece lightened it by saying, are you going to eat it? No, I'm not going to eat it. All the flavors, all in favor of protesting against Starburst until the cousin gets her coin, I say. So let's see her video and what she has to say about the golden sweepstake. Here she is. Where's she at? Come on. Don't you dare shut down on me. All these stupid ads. It's got to be here somewhere. They always hide it in the ad somewhere. Well, let's go to her TikTok video and see. Let's see. Copy. Go to TikTok. Yeah, that's Kia. There she is. Let's see. Wait for her videos to pop up here. Here it is. All right. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see this in real time. And let's see what Kia...
I saved it all these years because I actually won. But when I tried to submit it, it was too late. So I cried for days. I said, I'm never...
She's opening the bag.
I'm never getting rid of this pack of Starburst because I'm a winner.
Oh, yeah. They're all gold. No. Every wrapper's all gold.
I'm never getting rid of this pack of Starburst because
Here's
I'm a
the niece.
winner. Are you going to eat it? No. Hell no.
Yeah, she won.
All these years because I actually won. But when I tried to submit it, it was too late.
Okay, we got it. All right, so it was too late. So let's go back to me now. So, you know, you got to read the instructions. I mean, you got to play by the rules, girl. If it says, if you opened it up, here we go. You ready? Here comes my train of thought. If you open it up and you notice that you won $10,000, why are you waiting? Girl, why are you waiting? Why are you, if I had a scratch-off ticket and I won $1 million, ooh, number 7. Oh, I won $1 million. I might hang back a little bit, get my stuff in order, get everything, lined up, set up accounts and do all that stuff, and then drive my ass up to Raleigh and turn it in. Within a week, I think you got 180 days or something like that. 180 days to claim your prize. That's plenty of time to get your things in order. 15 years later, you're trying to get your money back now. I don't know if how long it took for her to go, but if once you win, cash that shit in. Why'd you wait so long? Why did you wait so long, girl? So $10,000. She's a little sad, but I don't know if Starburst is going to do anything for her. They might give her, like one of those. We'll give you $1,000 and some coupons for more Starburst. All right, when we come back, has Arby's gone too far with this new campaign for their French dip sandwich? Now, I love me an Arby's sandwich. I love it. Unfortunately, that processed meat is the worst processed meat you can put in your fucking body, because as soon as I eat it, like an hour or two later, I'm like, oh God. Cha, if you know what I mean. We'll dive into their story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks, they're all independent artists, and we give them a platform to showcase their music, and we want you guys to check them out as well. And the way you can do that is go over to Spotify. The Deacon Live has their very own playlist that showcases all the musical artists that we've had here since 2025. It's a new thing that Spotify was letting us do, and so we're passing that on to you as well. So I think we're creeping up on about 100 artists, and they get credit for it. It's their actual Spotify channels. It's their actual Spotify songs. So if you like any of the songs that you heard or hear, during the broadcast. You can hear the full-length song over on our Spotify playlist, which is called Music Heard on DeaconLive. Make sure you check them out and give them a listen, or just put it on shuffle if you're doing your little morning workout or something like that. There's a lot of great bands in there, and for those of you out there who love independent artists or unfound artists or untamed artists, most of them are untamed. There's some wild stuff in there. You can enjoy that music over there if you're looking for something new sound or something. Check them out over on our Spotify channel, Music Heard on DeaconLive, and give them a couple shekels. Well, you don't give them a shekel. When you click on it, they get a percentage of a point or something like that for listening to their song. Now, TikTok, we got burnt on TikTok. And I say we, my wife and I. There was a thing on there. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen here. There was a thing on there. I go for walks every morning. I go for a 4-mile walk. There's a little street about a block over, and it's a half mile down and half mile back. And they're just building new houses out there, and so I've got to learn and meet the people out there. And I need walking shorts. I was using golf shorts for a while, and my golf shorts were my dress shorts, and then my dress shorts become my work shorts. And when I say work shorts, like I said, we live on 22 some odd acres. It's comfortable to wear those shorts out there when you're mowing and, cutting down trees and stuff. And so they become work shorts, and junk shorts is what my wife calls them. So I had to re-up my inventory. And TikTok had the TikTok shop, they had this pack of, I think it was 12 shorts, and they show them, they're all stretchy, and they're nice, and they're nice cut, and nice, thin, and for the summertime, and a 12-pack was like $24.99. And I said, babe, let's get these. I said, $24, for 12 of them? I said, that's less than $2 a pair. So she's like, all right, we'll order them. So you go to the TikTok shop, you order them, and it sends you this one weird website. My wife goes, I don't think this is real. And I go, well, hold on. Yeah, it looks kind of fishy. And so we did a little bit of research. She's like, you know what? I'm not going to put it on a credit card. I'll go through PayPal, because PayPal's really, really good as far as getting your money if you've been scammed. So she places the money in a PayPal account, then places the order. The order goes through. She gets a confirmation email, and then a couple days later, she gets a tracking number. So a week goes by, and I'm like going, babe, where's these shorts at? Tracking number doesn't work. Website shut down. So we got scammed, and we were buying 2 sets. So we paid, I think, like $40 for 24 pairs of shorts. I said, God damn it. And I'm pretty good as far as finding out if something is a scam or not. They just looked really, really good, and I really, really wanted them. Well, PayPal, thank God. Thank you, Elon Musk, because he owned PayPal. He created it. We got our money back. We did all the stuff. We jumped through all the hoops, and we got our money back. But this person right here is selling something on TikTok right now. I have never seen this or any kind of derivative of this. And what it is, let me start out by describing what it is. It's a keychain, okay? It's a little keychain, or it's a keychain like medallion or an object or an item or something like that. And it is a rubber chicken. And it's not the normal yellow rubber chicken that you see like in comedy shows and stuff like that. It's a translucent, comical looking chicken. It's got a chicken head. Its body doesn't have feathers or anything on it. It looks like a raw chicken, like from the Sledgehammer video by Peter Gabriel. It's a raw type chicken with a chicken head on it. And it tells you whether you need sunscreen or not. And the way it does it is by changing colors when you put it in the sun. And this is on the TikTok shop. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here. And this might be a scam too. This lady's name is KMZH88841. And she's a white woman. She looks like she could be a mom. She's got a blonde bob haircut, nicely done, nice highlights and stuff. Makeup's done real good. And so let's see what she's hawking here on TikTok. Here we go.
Wear sunscreen out today. Let's check the chicken and see.
Check the chicken. So there's the chicken. It looks like, a raw chicken, and it's white. It's translucent. It's got a little chicken head on it still. And she's got it like on a string or something, like a necklace or something. So here she goes.
This is a UV chicken, and he is going to change colors.
Look at him change colors.
I need to wear my sunscreen.
it is looking like I need to put sunscreen on.
So as she walks outside in the sun, the chicken has turned from translucent to like a pinkish red color.
So you can see these are perfect for your kids. You can see the chicken turns red when you need to wear your sunscreen if it's too hot outside. These are perfect. They're so fun to tie on.
It's getting even redder.
You can put them like as a bracelet on your kids. Then your kids know that they need to wear their sunscreen. I'm going to link this below. If you buy 2, you get 2 free, so everybody can wear them. Have fun in your family. If the chicken's
it's almost blood red now by the time that she ends this video.
Red, you need your sunscreen.
So there you go. Let's see what the comments are. Stop it. The sun is how we get a majority of our vitamin D. Another one. Is it light out? Put some sunscreen on. Common sense. Sunscreen causes cancer. Yeah, because then you have to fight that battle there. With where the string is, it looks like you're choking your chicken. Oh, God, these people in the comments. Oh, did the sun rise? The answer is yes. You're welcome, everyone. Save your money. So... It's one of, let's go back to me now. It's one of those little things. I've never seen it before. I would put on maybe if your kid's getting too much sun, not if you just go outside and if the chicken turns red and you need to put sunscreen on. If your kid's getting too much sun, that would be a better selling point for that thing. But she was outside in less than 30 seconds. That thing was blood red. So I don't know if is it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Now, speaking of a good thing or a bad thing, Arby's is a good thing. Their food is an awesome thing. For me to eat it is a bad thing. I love Arby's. I really, really do. There was a comedian many years ago who says, back in 1990, they had 5 Arby's sandwiches for $5. And then he goes, and here in 2000s, they have 5 Arby's sandwiches for $5. He goes, I don't know if inflation has never hit Arby's or back in the 1990s, their prices were so inflated type deal. But I even told my wife about Meat Mountain. If you don't know what Meat Mountain is at Arby's, it is every single meat that they make on a sandwich. So if they have fish, there's a fish brick on there. There's a chicken brick on there. There's the roast beef. There's the French dip, there's the all the different meats that they have, hamburger, all that stuff, and it's called Meat Mountain. I showed my wife that and she's like, get out of here. I go, I wish I could go get it right now. Get out of here and go get it. So there you have it. They come out now. Arby's has a French dip. I like a good French dip. It's got to have a good French baguette, where the outside's kind of crumbly, and the center's really, really soft. It's almost toasted almost. I know I'm making everyone hungry here at the end of the show. And you've got the French dip, the roast beef, it's shaved. I mean, it's nice and thin, but it's not that you can see through, but just thick enough to where it melts in your mouth. And then you've got that au jus, or the au just sauce, as we say here in the southern states of America. The au just sauce. But there's a commercial out there that's going on TikTok, and the only place that they can get away with it is on TikTok. And what they're doing is they're like, Arby's introduces you the new French dip. And they take the sandwich, and it's in the wrapper, the red and white wrapper bag or paper that they have it in, and they put it underneath a guillotine. And then they take the guillotine and slice it in a 45-degree angle. And they go, Arby's French dip. Get yours now. Now, me explaining that to you, you're probably like going, why are they using a guillotine to cut it in half? That's kind of cool. Cut the sandwich in half. Let me show the video, and then I'll explain to you why this is so wrong. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4. There we are. And we're going to see this in real time and talk about it here in just one second. Here we go. Slice. Right now. Oh, container of big flavor. That's it. That's the video. I'll play it one more time for you. There's a big sandwich. Slice, slice, slice. They just repeat it over and over. God, there's so much meat on that sandwich. God, it looks so good. And they got the French music playing. The reason why I say that Arby's has gone too far, if you know anything about the French, oui. Marie Antoinette. And I think what was the Olympics or something like that? They had the whole Marie Antoinette because it was in France or something, the opening ceremonies, and they had like scarves and stuff representing blood and stuff. Marie Antoinette was the queen of France and was put on trial for like rebellion and you know, against the government and stuff. And within 2 days, she was found guilty, and they chopped her head off. Yes, with say it with me, a guillotine. They cut her head off with a guillotine. That's how they killed people back then. So for Arby's to have a French dip sandwich and to cut it in half, they take a guillotine and slice it in half, and then they show it to you, and then they dip it in the sauce and stuff. They could have gone a little further with the the graphics on it, and then they serve it to you. Have they gone too far? Do you find that offensive? Now, granted, this is back in, you know, the 1500s and 1600s and stuff. Are you offended by that now? What would make you offended if they did something like that in modern day stuff today? Would they like a fish sandwich? If we just watched the documentary about they explored the Titanic Explorer thing going down, and it freaking crushed. If they use that to show a fish sandwich, I don't know. You tell me. And the way you can be heard is go to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says Be Heard. And make sure you follow us over on TikTok. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. Be Podcast Famous. And if you have any questions or anything, you can be heard right here on the show. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Sliced. See you, bye.